Good Friday morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Dr. Dow, the prevention advocate. And so it's Friday, y'all. TGIF. And so I hope today's broadcast live stream finds you well, doing well, being productive, progressing in positive things, changing some old, outdated, unmeaningful habits into some new ones. I hope you're being consistent. And I just hope overall your well being, you're doing good. I hope you are doing a good job at addressing your heart matters so they don't lead to, mental health issues that develop into mental health illnesses. I hope you're doing the work. Okay, and yes, and I hope you are being graciously with yourself, and even in this time and season of what's going on in the world around us all, because things that are happening in the world, uh, they should be concerning to all of us. But hopefully you are again doing your part and staying focused and progressing in things that are positive and they are meaningful and they come from a genuine place. Okay, and and it's not you adding full fuel to fire, but perhaps maybe you may be the water, okay, to help put out small fires and overcoming, challenges and circumstances and situations, all right? And even again, putting things in their proper perspective, realizing, some things are a part of life and some things are also consequences because for every action there is a reaction. And so being mindful of all of these things, making sure that you're properly addressing things and you're not just going along to get along, and you're not just sweeping things under the rug, and you're not just evading um, and avoiding matters that need to be tended to. Because one thing's for sure is that when we do not address issues in our lives and stuff behind, even the things that we try to hide, right, behind closed doors, at some point in aspect of, our lives, they show up and they speak for us. And so I just want you to be encouraged today that you are dealing with, your heart matters. You're dealing with your trauma. You're dealing with adverse exposure and experiences of your past. You are dealing with weighty issues, right? And they're not dealing with you. Okay. And so let's dive into this week's Acknowledge Nugget. And so this week's Acknowledge Nugget is, I think it is very profound and pivotal during this time because again there's a lot of chatter, there's a lot of things going on. One thing for sure, I know that God is still in control, and so even with that we still have to do our part in stewarding well. And so also that means again taking care of our social and emotional compasses, our ethical and moral compasses, and also self-care. And so, and I don't promote self-care the way others do, but I promote it with investing in yourself, right? Doing, taking the course, to develop and mature in the areas of personal development, maturing, overcoming, youthful passions and things of your past, that, you might likely may not have realized, you know, how they've lingered. And again, how you make some decisions and how you may think and how you may be processing life, if you're processing it all, how things may not be well. This week's Acknowledge Nugget is it's simple, but it's sometimes very, very complex and hard for many individuals, including myself, to do when we're just caught up in the mundane of life. And so today is, it's okay to be still sometimes. It is. Okay. And so I just wanted to get on and encourage you with that. It's okay sometimes to sit down and chill out, right? That don't mean get lazy. That don't mean get stuck, right? That don't mean, get idled and get distracted. But sometimes you the answer to a lot of problems, a lot of predicament and circumstances, and even things at times that can catch us off guard. Sometimes the best answer, excuse me, is to be still, sit down, be quiet, get quiet, right? Let the noise clear so you can get clarity, so you can get understanding, right? Even in the stillness, a lot of times that's where reflection and processing takes place. If you study going, you study adding more things to your list that you got to process later, that you got to reflect on. You will be surprised, if you don't already know how many decisions we make in a day. And so if you are constantly being bombarded with things that require you to think critically, make decisions, use strategies, or you constantly putting out fires, small fires, and you constantly, refereeing this and coaching this, it can get overwhelming. It can get very, very overwhelming. And that's what I see a lot of. A lot of the things that are, sometimes happening in people's lives is just due to the lack of balance of boundaries, due to this right here, not taking proper time and moments to just sit still, to be quiet, right? A lot of times, the world, promotes busy, 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 but that's not the creator, what the creator made us to do and to be. We're supposed to have rest. We're supposed to have quiet times. We're supposed to have times that we sit and reflect. And so we're supposed to take time. We're supposed to choose our time wisely. But also, when doing all these other things, that we make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and our mental health and our mental capacity, making sure that we're properly processing emotions and feelings and things that have happened in life, making sure that we properly gauge and navigate this course called life. And sometimes that takes some time of just sitting still and being quiet. Because in the stillness, you can get the answer. In the stillness, you get some clarity. In the stillness, the dust settles. What I like to say, the dust settles. In the stillness, you can get a better perspective. In the stillness, you can see things from a different perspective. In the stillness, you can see the big picture, and something that you think is drastic and big can be something that is realistically nothing. So it's okay sometimes to sit still, be quiet, turn off the music, turn off the phone, turn off the TV. Right? Come sometime, if you're a family person, you are wearing multiple hats, husband, wife, mom, dad, caregiver. Sometimes, I need a minute, close the door and sit in the quietness and stillness. Yep. And just sit and just sit and just be still. Just be still. Take some time. Take some time. Just like that. Take some time. What they say, bring it down a little. Bring it down a little. Bring it in. Right? And even in the stillness, you take some time to unload it and unpack it. And you will begin to discover that, something that you thought was a problem, not even a problem, probably not your problem. And cause okay, sometimes in the stillness, you find, oh yeah, maybe I was over empathizing, maybe I was overemphasizing. That's not even my role. That's not even my part. I was doing too much. I was saying too much. In the stillness, you able to reflect. Oh, I overshared. That's something that I should have myself dealt with first before sharing it with somebody else and getting wrong counsel, wrong perspective, wrong advice. Come on. It happens to us all. Sometimes we can share something with the wrong person at the wrong time, at the wrong moment, and it can cause more harm than good. And that's the importance, that it is okay sometimes to get still, get quiet, get low, right? Don't make you less of a person. It actually makes you a better person, right? Bring it in. check yourself. Check those emotions, check those feelings, check those thoughts, give it some time. Okay. Sometimes even sitting still, you can retrace where the stinking thinking coming from. And then after you sit quiet for a moment and you come to some realization and some revelation, now you got some clarity, and now you can make the right decision, the right choices, right? They productive, they positive, they progressive, right? They gonna keep you going. They not gonna keep you stumbling. Okay, so that's it for this week. Yep. And it's the weekend, so it's a good time to carve out some time in the next couple of days before we meet again on next Wednesday, and sit still, actually making it a part of a consistent routine for you daily. Take some time to just sit still. Even if you got to turn the lights off, just turn things off and sit still. Be quiet. All right, be quiet in that moment, and you'll begin to see. You may get some clarity. You may get some answers to your problems and your situations. Okay, and sometimes they don't come. It's not nothing real big. Sometimes it's simple as walking away. Sometimes it's simple as that's not your issue. Sometimes it's simple as hey, closing your mouth on somebody else's stuff. And then sometimes it can be challenging, like you got to forgive somebody, you got to forgive yourself. Sometimes it can be you got to make a necessary no. You got to set some boundaries in place. You got to set a line of demarcation, like no, you got to speak up, and say, oh no, this is intolerable and this is toxic. But how do you know what to say and how to say it and what to do it in respectable, right? In a respectable manner, unless you get still, get quiet, all right? Process some things and get some clarity. I'm always promoting positivity, right? And sometimes, that can be, for some people, that's a turnout, but it's not. It's not. Positivity don't make you no punk. Positivity don't mean you a pushover. It don't mean that you an emotional pet. It don't mean that you no punching bag. Positivity just means that you choose the wise and a positive way to go. And sometimes positivity is not easy. Sometimes it challenges others. Sometimes it provokes others because they're stuck in negativity. Okay. And so choosing positivity is not always easy. I wouldn't tell you it is, but it's better. It's better because why? You got peace. You can lay your head down and sleep at night. You did your part and you did it best. You did it best. Okay. And we don't, and I know it's something that is not talked about a lot, but positivity is love. And remembering that love, to walk in love, is not a feeling, it's an action, right? Positivity is an action, just like negativity is. And so choose wise, choose well, and be well. All right. Until next week, I'm Dr. Dow, the prevention advocate. My website is in the brief description, summarization of today's topic, this week's Acknowledge Nugget. Reach out if you choose, if you have questions, or if you're looking for someone to help you in the things that we just discussed. Okay, you ready to do the work? Because Dr. Dial is about the work for change. All right, have a great and awesome weekend. Until next time, chat soon and peace.